Let's go to Baker Mayfield. I'm hearing that a contract extension before week 1 is largely unexpected right now. They would have to make some major progress in the next few weeks for that to change. But the Browns do believe that Baker Mayfield can be their long-term answer at quarterback. Mayfield knows that Cleveland feels that way, so there's really no panic here. They've been talking to quarterback Denzel Ward about potentially doing a deal. I think they're trying to sort out all their other business before they address Mayfield and try to acknowledge this huge quarterback market. But Mayfield is prepared to go out week 1 without a deal and bet on himself in a big way.
Well, it's going to be interesting because after yesterday, and RC, you referenced the essay that I did on the air yesterday, I am now the mayor of Cleveland. The entire city is now completely on my side because I just pointed out the truth, which is that Baker Mayfield stepped into probably the worst situation. We always talk about young quarterbacks getting drafted into bad situations. No one got drafted into a worse situation than Baker Mayfield. The team was winless. They were 1-34 in their previous 35 games, and they've been over 500 since then, despite the fact that he's had 4 head coaches and 4 offensive coordinators in 3 years. So, RC, I guess the point is, if it's the quarterback's job to turn around an organization, you can't say he hasn't done that. What do you think?
Listen, you can't say he hasn't done that, but the problem is Baker Mayfield actually doesn't get a lot of the praise for doing that because we haven't seen Baker Mayfield necessarily take over games or Baker Mayfield be the reason why they were so good last year. It was about Kevin Stefanski. It was about the offensive line. It was about the running backs. And now this year it'll be about this improved defense. What Baker Mayfield has to do is just keep winning. They had an opportunity last year in Kansas City where they pushed the Kansas City Chiefs to the brink, and it took a Chad Henne 4th down play in order for that team to beat the Cleveland Browns. And so when you look at Baker Mayfield, he should bet on himself. He should bet on himself because he has everything surrounding him to be great. Now, does Baker Mayfield necessarily get the praise that he should get? No. But I also don't think he gets all of the criticism. And so Baker Mayfield has a chance to break the bank. It's just about winning. If he gets the Cleveland Browns to a Super Bowl after that team being in the position it was in when it drafted him, you can no doubt and in no way keep him from getting his money.
Bart?
If Baker Mayfield wants to get it done, he's going to have to take less money than Dak Prescott. If he thinks he's going to reset the market and he's going to get more than Josh Allen, he's going to get more than Lamar Jackson, guys who have proven more, maybe not have won as much, but Baker Mayfield has to realize who he is. Baker Mayfield has 2 of everything. As soon as they pay him, he's going to start losing some of that much talent around him because it's just not going to be able to afford guys. I do this exercise all the time when I talk about Baker Mayfield. Go through the list of starting quarterbacks in his league and put them on the Cleveland Browns as they're currently constituted and tell me if they're better or worse with that quarterback than Baker Mayfield. And most of the time, the answer is going to be yes. Justin Herbert, right? Lamar Jackson, Mahomes. You can go down the list of quarterbacks in this league, and they'll be better off if they were somebody other than Baker Mayfield. That type of player doesn't get to set the market.
Yeah, if we're talking top 10 quarterbacks, and I did a list all offseason, talking to scouts, execs. There's a top 10, there's an honorable mention. He is in the honorable mention. Yeah. He's betting on this year. If he can win and take them deeper into the playoffs, 2022, maybe he's knocking on the door of that top 10, then you have to pay him. Because the Browns are not in that range of let's pay him 44 or 45 million like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Yeah. They're not there. They're going to try to find a sweet spot somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, he's not the superstar that you're talking about.
So I mean, RC, I guess that's, if I could just put a finishing question to this. Bart is doing exactly what I'm suggesting everybody always does, which is they always say they're doing all this stuff despite the fact, or Baker Mayfield isn't the reason they're doing what they're doing. But the reality is all he can do is be plugged into the situation he was in. And in the 2 seasons they had a fighting chance, they've done nothing but win games. So I'm not exactly sure what more you need him to do.
Well, I think people want to see Baker Mayfield be the reason the Cleveland Browns win. You listen to some of those quarterbacks that Bart was talking about, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, the Justin Herberts, you can go to the Josh Allens. It was their play that elevated their teams. No one says that when they look at the Cleveland Browns, and that's not necessarily Baker's fault. It's the way that this team is constructed. We know that this team is going to run through Nick Chubb, it's going to run through Kareem Hunt, that Kevin Stefanski is going to manage Baker Mayfield as much as he can and put him in positions to succeed. That doesn't mean that he's not a good player. It doesn't mean that he's not a franchise quarterback. But when it comes down to getting the money, they have to compare you to the other people that got the money. And Baker Mayfield probably won't be the next man up as far as that's concerned.
All right, we'll find out.
I need more touchdown passes than commercials, Greeny, and I love the commercials. The commercials are excellent.
I think people have it in for him. because they don't like the attitude and all that kind of stuff. We'll see. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.